The 20th century will probably be seen as the century captured on film. Achievements were recorded, speeches were broadcast, and great stories were told. The early days of film are tales of trial and error, from the first shaky frames of motion to the first motion pictures and even some of the first special effects. Unlike books, we can't read characters' thoughts or explore worlds mentally. The image on screen is fixed, and for many years one shot was fixed into the film. Now, special effects have always existed, whether that's the first days of colour to the birth of Godzilla and every man in a suit in between. But in many ways, all of these effects were created in camera. The colour of The Wizard of Oz is a technical trick. The spaceships of Star Wars are masterpieces of model work, and unlike in Monty Python,
it's only a model.
That's not a model. So when did it all change? Well, in many ways it's here. Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. For the first time ever, a major Hollywood blockbuster film was not shot on celluloid, but captured through digital imaging. In many ways, the effects for this film were created in a more similar way to the way a video game is created. And speaking of video games, we must touch quickly on the uncanny valley effect. This is without getting too technical, where your brain recognises something as photorealistic, but intrinsically we can tell said image isn't real. I believe this effect exists in film, or as Martin Scorsese has pointed out, the Marvel effect.
But there's room for so many others now, and so many other ways, and there's going to be crossovers completely. The value, how do you say, the value of a film that's like a theme park film, for example, the Marvel type pictures, where the theaters become amusement parks. That's a different experience, and it's not even, I was saying earlier, it's not cinema, it's something else.
He argues that modern blockbusters feel much more interconnected with other medias like theme parks, video games, merchandising, and social media. Unlike celluloid stories, the story doesn't end when the credits roll. In many ways, the lines are beginning to blur. It's difficult to praise analog technology when so much of modern cinema relies on digital technology. The Third Man looks great in 4K, but this is only possible due to digital restoration. Similar accusations can be lobbied at Interstellar, a Nolan film that prides itself on the fact that it's shot on film, all the while some of its most striking moments are CGI. So is film, as Scorsese says, just a tool, or is it something else? Is it a genre or a format? It's genuinely hard to say. On the one hand, you have 2019's Joker, shot digitally, coloured digitally, and shown digitally. It looks great, it looks like cinema. And on the other hand, you have Iron Man from 2008, the catalyst to our modern theme park movies, shot on film, on celluloid. In many ways, Joker follows the conventions of film shot films, despite not being one, and many would consider Iron Man in line with modern digital blockbusters, despite being shot on celluloid. In many ways, Scorsese is both right and wrong. This is different to this, but one could argue the same of this. Avengers Endgame isn't a film, it's something else. It's something new which I believe we don't quite know yet what. But what we can be sure of is this. As much as this, and this is cinema, so is this.